Today I'm going to show you how to figure out what's wrong with any small engine. It doesn't matter if it's a riding mower, push mower, snowblower, generator, pressure washer. This applies for any 4-stroke engine. First thing you want to do is look the machine over. Check the fuel in the tank. What does it look like? What does it smell like? Is there debris in there? Go to the air filter. Take off the cover. What's the air filter like? Is it all plugged up? Does it have oil on it? In this case, this one looks a little bit dirty, but it's still okay. Next, check the engine oil. Is it at the proper level? Does it smell like fuel? Those are all things to keep in mind when trying to figure out what's wrong with your engine. Next, pull the spark plug boot off. Then take a spark tester, I'll link it below, and plug one end into the spark plug boot and the other onto the spark plug. Just like that. Then, pull your engine over and see if there's spark. Obviously, make sure your ignition switch is turned on. Okay, we have spark. Now, an engine needs 3 things to run: spark, fuel, and compression. So let's move on to compression. If you don't have a compression tester like this one that threads into the spark plug hole, you can just go to the starter rope and pull it back till it hits the compression stroke. Now feel that rope there. What does it feel like? Does it have plenty of resistance? There is going to be a compression release on some engines, but does it have plenty of resistance, or does it just pull easily? If it pulls easily, you have a compression issue. Now that could be piston rings, it could be valves, but this one is good. On the meter, it was about 80 psi. Now you could also pull out your spark plug, check the gap and the condition. I've already done this, everything's good, so let's move on to fuel. So pretty much the last thing to do here is remove the air filter and spray a bit of starter fluid. You can use carb cleaner, brake cleaner, just a little squirt in there. Now let's attempt to start it. And you can see there, it started and dies. So that shows us we have a fuel issue. By providing another source of fuel, the engine started and ran just fine until it ran out of that. So, problem is likely in the carburetor, but we'll pull off the fuel line, make sure fuel comes out at a fine flow, and then the last thing is the carburetor. Likely gummed up, the little jets are clogged, so we'll have to clean or replace that. Now if you had a spark problem, you'd have to locate the ignition coil, try disconnecting the grounding wire from the ignition coil, make sure it isn't a switch that's sending a ground to shut off the coil, and then if it still has no spark, then chances are your coil is bad. I hope you found this information helpful to help you figure out what's wrong with your small engine.